Alright, I'm gonna do another laid back, long form reading for you guys today. It's for the general energies. It feels a bit like yesterday was a strange day full of some awkward surprises and stuff. So, and then as I'm shuffling right now, the energy feels really like thick. So hopefully we can transform that during the reading. Well, I'll just choose some cards from the various decks. I hope you guys are doing well. It's nice spending this time with you. Oops, okay. I choose cards by shuffling and seeing what jumps out. Okay. Evidence of that. It's cool when I can feel people tuning in like that. I can feel the personality system. Okay. I'll do one more. If it's someone's birthday today, happy birthday. Okay. Alright. Let's go. Looks like there's a lot of cards here. But for some reason I want to get in on the mini right away. Mini decks are so cute because like sometimes decks are like too big for my hand to shuffle. But sorry. Well, I mean, since I first logged on to now, like the energy feels like way better, so it's nice. Oh my god, that's way too many. It's 12 cards. Alright, calm down. Let's see if it comes back. Oh my god. Alright, well, I'll just keep these bunch. See what happens. Seems to be a lot of cards that want to get in on it too. So this first card is the teacher. I don't think I've ever really looked at this card before. It's interesting. I don't know much about this individual. Is it like a saint? Well, I guess he's a semi-master. Okay. Okay. This card is about learning and teaching. You've learned a lot from your experiences and relationships. Now it's time to pass that knowledge along to others. Your current situation is bringing you opportunities for spiritual growth and teaching. Use some important life lessons. As soon as you understand and accept these lessons, old patterns will drop away and be replaced by one from new experiences. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's time for all of us to step forward and offer what we have, what we know, what we've gleaned from everything. Not like give away all your cool project ideas or whatever, but like free, it's just like present them in a way that supports you and helps move the world along. Like your wisdom matters. Like every single individual is different and has like something to offer that's something very valuable, akin to like having your own gold, solid gold bowl, full of like sunlight energy. So, instead of hiding away and like thinking like, oh, nobody wants to hear about it, or it's too good for everybody. I don't know. Like you can't assume like things that we cherish in the world and history and stuff are times when people step forward and with game changing, like whatever movements, or and we're all just like going off the same narrative mindset change, like that triggers everybody to like also be inspired and come forward, and it creates this chain reaction of like positive giving and like transformation, because like there is really no such thing as status quo, because like everything's constantly evolving, and like the universe is taking in breaths and out breaths, and is like, I think a lot of people suffer by clinging to what they like moments that they cherish, when they don't realize that like new moments are being born like every second, and that we're meant to evolve and grow and be creative, and it's like this expansive love. Like the feeling of love is expansive, not like, okay, I'm in love, no, I'm staying put. Like that's not the feeling of it. Like the reason why people love so much is because it's like limitless, feels healthy, it's liberating, being in the moment. And anyway, so you have something that you you can step forward and shine about right now, and it's like it's time to do it. I mean, if we look at the world right now, like we need all hands on deck in terms of positivity and changing what doesn't work. So if you have like cool ideas, I mean, yesterday I saw something that wasn't cool, like some kids who were like hiding in the metro station during lunch hour because they clearly like had no money to eat anything, and this is like they were like really thin and just like sad looking. So like, Montreal is creating like so many new construction and park projects, and it's like they need to be doing like emergency lunch and breakfast programs. So I wrote to the mayor about it, like do something now, and it's like even just something like that, being an active participant in life. And if you see something, or if you thought of something, like perhaps that's exactly what we need right now. Like we need you to participate. Okay. And then we have this other card. Find the blessings in your current situation. So like, the way I look at this card, how the painting looks a bit like Bob Ross, like gentle, but then Krishna is like more fantastical, kind of than this scene. Nothing against nature or whatever, but it's like maybe Krishna is a bit more like extraterrestrial, so it's like Earth and universe or something. So and it's kind for me because I have this like winter PTSD, kind of like fear of it getting colder and stuff from too many winters. I kind of feel like Krishna is like standing on a frozen lake. and kind of doing a bit of an eye roll about it, like, okay, here we go again. Because like Krista's like standing on the solid, what looks like solid water. But okay, aside from what I'm picking up from it, like it's like your circumstances right now might not seem like as cool as you want them to be, but you're still like Krishna, like you're still bringing like heaven to earth, and like all the forces of the universe are like with you in this maybe like scene that isn't necessarily to your liking, but it's like you're the think of yourself as like the universe you live in, you know, with like part of source energy, and it's like you're bringing things to the world. Like your energy is what is gonna like make this scene warm up, turn tropical, or whatever. So don't forget that don't forget your power, and by power I mean your awareness that you are one with source energy in the universe is your power. It's like the universe's power is yours if you acknowledge it, if you're like, yes, I am part of that, like that. So it's not like, you know what I mean, by association, like you're part of it technically too, but like it's you're one piece of it. But then if your consciousness is together with that universal energy, then all possibilities of that energy are available, and that can give you wisdom and insights that just kind of come out of nowhere. They can create peace in situations that previously seemed chaotic. It's kind of like your go-to problem solver thing. So if you're just like discombobulated in your life right now, just your reset button is like this consciousness, this awareness that you are a part of the whole, which is all of the abundance, all of peace, all of love. And so it's like start from there. Like don't scramble around going like, oh, like what human being can I ask to solve this problem? Like sometimes having divine insight or like intervention can solve a problem way faster than any like group of humans can, like if they're blocking out their intuition and stuff. So always keep that channel open to help guide you in life. So that's what I feel like are the two messages from the Ascended Masters. You have something to give, and to be cool during this time, and stay aware that you are connected with source energy. Okay. I think I have to like stop having coffee because it makes me like out of breath. Okay. Then we have the right choice. Hi. I can take a question, but like I'm also gonna try to accomplish this reading, so I may like it depends on what your question is actually, like how in depth it is. So, but you can also contact me through my email, which I can post later. And if it's just a quick question, I can focus afterwards and send you a quick reply. Okay, so we have the right choice. All right, since this is a mini deck, I'm gonna like read this thing. I kind of feel like when I look at this card, it looks like there's so many. It's about like everybody, because it looks like all those little bits are like people to me. And for some reason, I'm not getting like a great feeling about this, even though it's meant to be like an angel. I kind of feel like it's a warning about like turning to media or celebrity or like, you know, people who are in the spotlight for answers. Like, again, we need to like go back to ourselves, the energy, the connection within ourselves, to get our insights from there, and then to like make effect in the world, because we'll be like giving our greatest gift in that sense. Whereas if we're always just under the leadership of like whoever is deemed popular at the time, it has like an effect of squashing the voices. It looks like in this picture, you're losing your individuality, and your energy is like serving this image that is false. It's like those Instagram accounts where they show famous people like their real photo and their Photoshop photo and stuff. So it's like, don't fall for it. It's like these people are human beings, just like you and I. Like, things are heavily fabricated, and then that makes you feel small, like that these like little characters here. So it's like, don't spend too much time on that, because it can really take us off track, and we'll lose like a lot of progress when what we really need to do is be in our power, which is like connection with the source, to be able to give our greatest gifts instead of being just like overshadowed by, you know, some celebrity or something. But I'll read the thing. All right. So stay close to those who know about the heart. Choose the shade of tree that is in constant bloom. Don't meander aimlessly among the herb sellers and potion vendors. Go directly to the shop that sells nothing but sweets. Don't sit waiting by every boiling pot to have your plate filled. Not every boiling pot is cooking what you want. Not every sugar cane is filled with sugar. Not every down has an up. Not every eye has vision. Not every seed contains pearls. That was interesting, because it kind of like is the same thing like I was saying. Like, don't be deceived by appearances, and it's like within you that you'll find like the greatest wealth and joy and insight and all that stuff. That's cool. High fiving Rumi on that card. Okay. All right, then we have these two cards together. We had this yesterday, Eight of Cups, and we have the Chariot. Let me look at them for a second. Yeah, so we're, just like basically moving forward away from something that is dried up, that you put a lot of effort into, to like use your intuition. Like, he's under the canopy of stars, so it's like heaven's messages, or like, source, like spiritual messages are guiding this path, where he doesn't even have to hold reins, and these like intelligent sphinx are gonna like carry the chariot forward just by the power of will, So you could say, like, if you like went outside right now on the sidewalk, and amongst the cars you saw a setup like this, you'd be like, how's that going to move? Like, really? But it's, the power of faith, your intuition, and everything's going to like miraculously like move this forward. So don't doubt yourself. If you know that you're guided and you want to move forward with it, it's like you can make it happen. and it's time. Like when you have a major arcana, it's like it's on. So you're ready. But the reason why you're ready is because you left behind stuff that wasn't working. Okay. All right, and then we have the Knight of Cups. So there's a bit like Knight of Cups is like kind of flirtatious energy, just like in the as the card depicts. You know how like in this day and age of like meeting people and dating and stuff, like it seems like people have options, and so it kind of looks like this in this picture where here is somebody before you, you know, being inviting, but at the same time reminding you it's like I have options, you know. Like, and you know, you could step in this water with me, but you know, there's going to be some other fish here swimming around, but they're not like giant fish, they're just sort of there. So it just sort of feels like if you're on a date and someone's like texting while taking a moment to text, or like spending 20 minutes in the bathroom like texting, like it's that kind of feeling where it's like this is fun, but like where is it going? So it's that kind of energy around this Knight of Cups. And then we have the Seven of Swords, and we also have the Six of Wands. All right, so these ones together, it's like, you know, maybe this situation is causing like some jealousy or like pride, because like she's flaunting this fish that she's stringing along, you know. So it's like you may feel, you know, it doesn't have to match with the genders of these depictions, but it's like someone is flaunting their choices and maybe being a bit cold, and then you have like you're curious, like either you're this person or this person, but somebody is feeling left out and unimportant, and someone is flaunting themselves and their options and stringing people along and ghosting, you know, is that energy. But then there's also this kind of quiet feeling of success. You know, it's like, sure, the landscape might not be perfect or like it's not in bloom at the moment, but there is richness existing, and there's some ease, like the spirit is taking you places and you're going like where you want to go. And while it may seem a bit like you might feel a bit on the defensive, nonetheless, like things are kind of shaping up pretty well, and you have the spirit on your side. So, and things will change. So it's like maybe this is just like a awkward moment, you know. And it seems like these three cards are really about relationships right now. So things are building. Like you do have, there is something solid that exists, and there is some success in this. But like, yeah, you might feel a bit like defensive, or your awareness might be focusing on the negative. But nonetheless, like this person, sure, there's other options, but this person is here. You know, this person is here. And it's like maybe if communication skills improve between these two, then there, you know, she could let go of this balloon and you guys can hang out. So maybe just work on like not being so doom and gloom, not being so jealous, and is like, well, if this person is someone I like, perhaps I'll communicate with them, tell them that, and whatever happens, happens, but at least I made the effort and stepped out from the shadows about what I truly want. So that's the thing I get about those cards. And that kind of goes along nicely with these ones where it's like you're leaving behind like old ways, like this idea of like suffering for love, giving too much, or like toiling in isolation over it, and just like leaving that mindset behind of like lack mentality and moving forward with towards what you want. And that also goes along with like, well, this one, it's like here, this could even be someone offering their love. It's like, look, my cup is full. I'm full of sunshine and love. Like, you check it out. And it's like, yeah, maybe things aren't perfect, but I'm still Krishna. Like, it's not too shabby. So yeah, so maybe stop with the doom and gloom kind of vibe. Okay, then we have the priestess of the silver star, the Lord of Pleasure. Wow, okay. Like 7 of Cups. Oh my gosh, 10 of Cups, an Ace of Swords. Holy moly. Wow, okay. Seriously, okay. Well, the High Priestess, powerful, intuitive person who like works in isolation, is balanced, has their energy balance and sitting in their power. Can be intimidating to some who are not into people being in their power, or like that kind of feminine, intuitive energy that's strong and solid and like unquestionable. Like, not everybody wants to step up to this person or like take them on a coffee date. Nonetheless, it's like, this is where you're at right now. It's like, okay, like, I'm being this type of character right now where I'm sitting in my intuitive powers, and that is bringing about like this quick succession of like 6, 7, and then to 10 of Cups. So by enjoying this in like state of being in your power, in your intuition, it's creating more of a like pleasure of the moment, where you feel you're focusing on your abundance, like within yourself. It's like everything you ever wanted to know, any experience you ever wanted to have, it's already like in you. And the reason why you remember you want to have those experiences is because they're in you, like nudging you, saying like, check, we can do this now, or like this is ours. So it's like your awareness of that is giving you like a great deal of overflowing satisfaction and feeling of abundance. And then it's creating like a lot of different choices for you as to like what you want to pursue in terms of the pleasures that are presented. And then it's giving you total satisfaction and like an overabundance of it's like complete satisfaction. But it's stemming from sitting in your power with your intuition, which might be like, for some people, if you're not always being the High Priestess in your life, some people might be like, who do they think they are? owning their power so much. But it's like if you don't do that, then you don't have all this overflowing abundance. You're not claiming what is yours by divine right if you're not doing that. And then that creates this truth that, like, it's like this sword. Like, if you imagine this is like Excalibur being like found in the lake, and it had like, and as you pull it out, it's like got all the like lakeweed and everything else that's like that happened, and it's like you see the beauty and majesty and magical powers of the sword, but you also see like where it's been, like how it became that, like everything is revealed to you. So it's like this, and truth is really super empowering, because if you have the truth, then the path is clear. Like, you know where you have choice now. It's like if someone, the problem with people like cheating on you isn't because they want to be with somebody else or whatever. It's because they're not telling the truth. That's the most painful part, is the removal of you having a choice of how you want to live. So if someone is deceiving you and saying like, yeah, everything's fine, like our path is clear, and then it's actually totally not, and you're wasting your energy and your time on like something that you normally wouldn't even support. And it's not about like disapproving of someone's choices or whatever. It's just like, just be honest, so I know that I'm on the path that I want, you know? And so by having the truth come up, it's super empowering. And I think with these cards together, it's like now you really have discovered the truth when you realize like how abundant you are, like how all this abundance and choice is within you. And what a wonderful discovery that is. And it makes you feel like this, you know? It's like, look how much I have within me. Okay. And it's only like that recognition of like, you know how like some people say like, I claim this, you know, like if you feel something, some people say like, okay, I claim that. It's like, well, it's in you. Claiming is like awareness. So it's like, I'm aware that I have beauty and love and abundance within me. And then that is reflected out in the world where you do have overflowing abundance, which is the truth. Okay. Can we have like a bunch of these Rider-Waite mini cards? So we have King of Cups, the Devil, Temperance, upside down Five of Cups, King of Swords, upside down Queen of Wands, upside down. Oh, okay. There's a bunch. Strength. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna roll with it. Like a whole bunch of these cards fall at the same time. So the King of Cups. You're sitting in you've like conquered your feelings and your emotions, and you're pretty chill about it, and you don't feel like you have to go running around in search of fulfillment, because you've done that within yourself. Like a lot of this isolation time has given us time to assess like how we feel, what we have to offer, what we're no longer willing to offer. And now, instead of going around chasing people, it's like, do you want to step up and make some sort of offering to the king? You know? Like people kind of have to prove themselves a bit more right now to have your time. because you've done all this work to steady yourself, and you know your value, you know what you have to offer. So there's not a lot of yeah. And then we have the Devil card, which is like feeling enslaved by like codependent relationships or control-based relationships. So you may have some sort of relationship like this in your life. Most people do, you know, either romantically, family, work, you know, you yourself and an addiction or whatever. So there might be something to clear where, like, you see how these chains are loose around their neck, like, and in a way this card is a bit the same as the Lover's card, where there's two figures who are naked staying together. But in this case, they're joined not by spirit, they're joined by fear, temptation, codependence, whatever. So there's something to examine there. It's like, how am I relating to people? Am I being fearful? Am I feeling like I can't leave? Like, you know, really have a good shine a light on that and see like what's up with that. Like, am I being with these two together, it's like, am I being a bit too controlling about love, like who I give it to, or like maybe it's like a misuse of all that love energy that you've healed and assembled, and it's like you might have power over, kind of like how this person is being kind of exhibiting that they have so much choice and that they maybe have power over you. Like, I can walk, I've got this other fish on a string, like, I'm good, you know. But it's not like the best energy to be in. Like, it's better if these two just have a talk, or like if this person can decide, like, I don't need to use my like sort of temptress seducer role to get what I want, because it's creating this, yeah, sure, I'm powerful, but it's creating this sort of dark landscape in your love life. So maybe try to find a way to be in your, like, the power of your heart without any control, suspicion, jealousy, codependent kind of attitude about it, and balance your energies. Like, you know, it's like emotions can get out of hand, and it's like those, when you're feeling like super high or super low, like those aren't good times to take decisions. So it's important for us to go like, okay, I know I'm feeling a certain type of way, so I'm gonna balance my emotions for a moment, get grounded with the help of spirit to tell me when the balance is achieved. It's kind of like having a backseat driver or like an experienced chef, like watching you prepare something, and they're like, you know, a bit more of this, a bit more of that. Like, we're still learning how to balance ourselves so that we can move forward intelligently. And we're coming out of this, like, not seeing what spirit is trying to present us, and we're coming out of like focusing on the negative in the past, which is great. And we're also sitting in our power to be able to communicate, like, maybe too sharply, but like being really boss about, like, this is how I feel, this is what I want, and you want to come at me, like, you know, you better know what you're talking about, kind of thing. So we know our boundaries, and we're feeling like good about where we're at, and we know how to voice what we want. the upside down Queen of Wands. So yeah, maybe there's some problem or misuse of passion here. Like I was saying, like maybe there's some lying going on, some sort of misuse of your passion. And then there's also upside down five of cups. So coming out of a sort of dwelling on the past and not seeing like what is offered to you. So maybe because this is upside down, it's like you are now realizing like, hey, there are these two cups standing up. I don't need to be staring at this and feeling separated from my kingdom. There's a bridge over here. If I turn around, take these two cups, take this opportunity that's right here, take this bridge, I'm like back at the castle, I'm like, no problem. Yeah, so that you can sit in everything that you've created. Like maybe you forgot that you had things so together because you were like getting sidetracked with like some ridiculousness in relationships. But you've achieved this. That's amazing. Like it's amazing that you were also strong. Like you could be scared of this lion, or you could like just walk up to the lion and tame it, you know? Like we don't need to be like sometimes the best thing you can do, I mean, like for example, like I'm obviously like a bit of a shy person, but I thought like on my bucket list was trying stand up one time. So I was just like, I don't even care if I'm not even ready. I'm just gonna try it because I want to be this person who's just gonna go right up to something that I think is like possibly scary and just look it in the face, look at its sharp teeth and go like, do you actually scare me? And actually it wasn't scary at all. It's just like, it's like learning to ride a bike. Like you just get on the bike and get used to it. Like it's not scary. So it's important to be curious and to not like make your decisions out of fear and just be curious about stuff and approach it and say like, well, what is it? What is this thing that was an obstacle to me before? And then we have upside down Six of Wands. So normally this is the celebration card, like with other people. So maybe we're not doing that. It does seem like a bit of a solo vibe that we're talking about here, where we're like leaving some stuff behind. Maybe there were things that we had achieved with other people that we're no longer 100% into. Like maybe some of those things were actually turned out to be toxic, and now we're ready to leave that behind and like go towards what is good for us and keep our vision of like where we're actually intending to go. We don't want to be like standing in front of our like presumed failures and like staring at them for long periods of time. It's like, okay, well that didn't work. Let's turn around and walk over here to what is working and go like have our fun life right now. And I think that's all the cards I picked up. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I wish you a really good day. And yeah, so like move forward, feel comfortable offering your beautiful like, inner power, expressing it. Not getting psyched out by what's happening in the world right now, not getting sidetracked by like the illusion of what people are trying to create. It's like supposed to be your goal which it isn't. Like each of these little tiny people have important offerings to give, and we don't need to focus on like whoever's like number one on Instagram right now to block us from that. Like, sure the internet and media is useful sometimes, but like our work here on earth is like offline. Like it's like sitting in our um, high priestess energy, like owning our intuition and creating like beautiful abundance with that, and having the courage that is from our intuition to make miracles happen and move things forward that like people, you know, would be surprised about, because it's like such a serious upgrade. All right. I hope that's clear. And I enjoyed my time with you, and I hope to see you soon.